A festering shore, where waves hiss upon lapping the crumbling stone of the beach. This is the Sulphurous Sea, where the air stings your eyes, and each breath is a labor. Centuries ago, this was an ordinary coast, where the sun glimmered across blue waters, and fish danced in the light. A paradise. Yet to Yarm, a simple tool. Nothing more than a tomb for disposal of the dead who are of no importance. The beginning of Yarm's rule was imaginably harsh, yet far worse than those who came before him. His first action upon taking the throne was to enforce control upon much of the surrounding kingdoms, cities, and capitals. He succeeded in all. Any who resisted further had their people massacred or captured to serve under inhumane conditions, where they often collapsed or ended their own lives to escape a worse fate. Inevitably, the body count rose. This increased further until finally, given no other options to dispose of the bodies, Yarm turned to what is now the Sulphurous Sea. At first, it was but a gradual flow of corpses, only those of which could not be contained within the dungeon's crypts. This continued for quite some time, until a threat soon arose from the spirits of the dead, a raging amalgamation of hatred and desires, which tore through any of the forces sent to dispose of the bodies into the dungeon. Yarm realized it would be unwise to feed more souls to the growing threat. Thus he began to dispose of more corpses into the far ocean. The once crystal clear waters turned dark with the blood and entrails of many, choking life out of its waters. This process destroyed the delicate and precious ecosystem. Only the hardiest and most desperate of the creatures in its bay clung to their last hopes, and soon adapted to the toxic environment. As the years passed, the waters suffered only more offenses, serving further despicable purposes such as the containment of Silva, or dumping grounds of the runoff of Drayden's experiments. At last, Yarm's rule as a tyrant had been solidified, allowing no resistance, or his anger was pacified. The flow of corpses was stemmed, and the cruel practice had ended. However, the damage was done. The sea was irreparably ruined, though now, centuries later, only a trace of the assault on the ecosystem is the stained beach and poisoned water. Dangerous and toxic creatures swim within its murky waters, devouring any life which would stray into their presence. This is the Sulphurous Sea, a story and example of the extent of the tyrant's tragic rule. The aquatic scourge is the long-lost relative of the desert scourge, mutated by the toxic sulfuric waters above the abyss. Due to its adaptation to thrive in the sulfuric ocean and ample food supply of catfish and flounder, it is far less aggressive than its relative. Those that venture into the sulfuric ocean should exercise caution, however, as this sea beast is still a carnivorous predator and will immediately attack if provoked.